Here we are, the two crazy old folks, Monica Brinkman, Ken Ween. And today, let's talk a little bit about what kids are learning these days.
Yeah,
You're kind of worried about that, aren't you?
I'm very worried about it. I'm worried, actually, it hasn't even started nowadays. It's been some decades back, to tell you the truth, with what the children are being fed continually.
So
I don't feel like there's a balance, you know. To me, they're being fed violence constantly, from be it video games, be it TV shows. I mean, almost every TV show that well, not everyone, but a majority of them are about murders. People being murdered, investigating, you know.
There's a very good point about that. We had one show we watched for a while called, I think it was called Murder in a Small Town or something like that. And you have this little tiny town and there's people being knocked out. I kept saying, where are they getting people to kill?
I know that.
There's no population left.
It's crazy. But it's either that or it's, court TV. We used to balance. Well, actually, we overbalanced. We had more positivity and joyful and pleasant and beautiful things than now when, gosh, I'd say 90% or 80% at least of TV is violence driven.
Well, I think since I don't watch that much television and I don't watch network television, except if it's up on a streaming platform, I really can't speak to that. But what I can,
I think you're smart.
What I can speak to is I'm aware there's an absence of certain kinds of shows. There used to be shows that made family a center. And some of them, not necessarily healthy. I used to, when I was in practice.
True to life.
And if somebody presented their family as father knows best, I would start looking for the pathology and particularly eating disorders. Those were not necessarily healthy families, but they were families.
Yes.
Leave It to Beaver, Ozzie and Harriet, the Danny Thomas Show. Even the ones where it was a broken home, and I don't remember the names of all of them. Happy Days, it was people were living to have enjoyment in life. And I'm not aware, now maybe they're out there, maybe you and I just don't watch them, but I don't see people seeing happiness and the possibility of happiness being offered. There are a few exceptions.
Yeah, somebody's saying it's so few.
But it's interesting to me. Like, I remember when The French Cook was on, Julia Child.
And I used to watch her all the time, yes.
She promised having a nice family dinner. Even there, I mean, this was to have a good family dinner. This was to have, boy, your husband will come home, and it was very traditional values, husband and wife cooking. Even though she was an extraordinarily accomplished woman. She'd been a spy.
Oh, and amazing.
But she was, like, this is how you make your husband happy, kind of thing. This is how you have a happy home. Now, I don't know. I mean, the image we get is there is no happy home. There is no enjoyment of life. And it's sad.
Yeah.
It strikes me that the world is becoming a place in which there is no promise of joy.
And and there should be joy every day in our lives. And I believe, Ken, that a lot of it has to do with us making life about things.
Could you explain that a little?
Okay. They called it the Internet of Things, which just made it worse. But to make me happy, I need to have the latest fashion. I need to have the latest haircut. I need to have the latest car.
Excuse me, you do?
No, I'm saying this is what's sold to us through advertisement and marketing.
Okay.
To make us happy, we must take this new drug, or to make us happy, you must go on this vacation. And I think after living all these years that I've lived, when I've been truly, truly, truly happy is doing things like a podcast with Mr. Kenneth Ween. When I've had laughter with friends, when I've been out in nature and watched the beauty. That was the joy. That was the connection with love, not buying things.
Well, I agree with you. But even, there are advertisements. There are advertisements now that are predicated on that. You see ads for like family vacation and going. I love. There was one ad about put your cell phones in this box, and we don't need them. We're going to be. And I think that there is that possibility, even in our crowded world, of finding that. And I don't think it's the job of the media to tell us that. I think it's the job of parents.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
I think that the goal as a parent should be to teach life. And life starts with commitment, connection, affection, empathy, things like that. And I think that, unfortunately, for families, a lot of families, we've lost sight of that. People are not sitting around talking to one another, sharing with one another, doing with one another. And I'm not sure what they're busy doing, except, some
they're on their phones.
Phone, television.
Go to the doctor's office. How many people are sitting there on their phone? We used to talk to each other, Yeah,
Roz and I were at the lab for blood draws yesterday, and everybody, including us, she wasn't. She was watching.
I could care less about my phone, except that I need it in case of emergency or to contact people and such.
Yeah, it is really time. So folks, what we'd like to suggest is, assuming that you don't live alone, so maybe it's just your dog or a cat, but I hope it's other people as well, that you, like at dinner time, turn the phones off, put them in the other room.
Yeah, just for a little bit.
Take time to talk, and for God's sake, talk about what life is. Talk about what struck you that day as being alive. It may have been something as silly as watching a bird looking for worms, if there are any worms left out there.
We have more.
Maybe it's something as silly as a conversation you had with the checkout person at the grocery. But share life.
Yes.
Because if we don't share life, we forget to live.
And that's what I'm talking about. We need to start living life, not just existing.
And it's been nice sharing today with you. And by the way, folks, if you have something you'd like to share with us, please reach out to us.
Oh yeah, we'd love to.
You can visit my website and try and reach me through my website contact, or you can look for me on Facebook, or you can look for Monica on Facebook. Okay, I'm very easy to find because I'm lucky. I'm the only Kenneth Ween, Weene, in the world, as far as I know. Monica Brinkman, I don't know, Monica. How many Monica?
There's more than one. I had to do my go as Monty B as an artist because they kept confusing me with other Monica Brinkman artists.
Okay, so yeah, but reach out to us and let us know what you'd like to join us and talk about, and we'd be happy to chat. Have a great one, folks, and remember,
bye, guys.
Love each other.